Rax, El Jefe, Mr. Glass Half Full, the revival.
Oh, y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rex, aka Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full, and that's Spee, if you nasty now.
No, I got the beard, so I can.
Oh yeah,
Looking really good, by the way, man. Looking really, almost looking like mine's a little bit there.
A lot of gray, though.
Just saying.
Okay.
Now, it's all right, man. It means wisdom. You know what I mean? But that's another subject, man. And I'm here with my brother El Jefe, aka Mike. Oh my God, did I just screw this up? I don't know why I had Jeffrey on my mind. I don't know why. I don't know. This
you say Jeffrey if you need to.
Jeffrey, yeah, just get it out. Jeffrey, aka
Jeffrey,
aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn it, Daniel. Shout out to you. Yes, you, the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support, guys. We got a special guest in the building, man. But before we do anything, let's go around the room. Let's have a good time. I just want to say this, man. Shout out to you, man, making all these wonderful freaking videos, man, of Knicks, Rangers talks, those two neighbors going back and forth, bro. Well, I mean, genius level. I just want to give you a round of applause on that one, brother. You know what I mean? I just think it's great that you're doing and expanding out. You know what I mean? So
I appreciate that.
On that stuff,
I
man.
Appreciate you, man.
You know, I gotta give you flowers, brother. You know, I'm the ultimate fan. Fan of you guys. You know
Frank's a real big guest now. He's prime time.
Experimented with what exactly, Frank?
And you know what? Not for nothing. I think I was thinking of the name Frank, and then Jeffrey just came out. I have no idea because I was going to say, "Hey, Frank." I was going to freestyle it. I really was.
Well,
it's just another white ass name. Yeah.
There's too many options. Another white ass name. There's too many options now. Like when it's time to do my intro, you just had it locked in for so long. White jersey, blue jersey, but. I
got to get rid of this damn it, Daniel, because I'm tired of people thinking that we're like these like Daniel Jones haters all of a sudden. Like, we're just fair. We're fair. We tell it how it is, and that's what we have. But I don't want to be associated with Daniel Jones.
And I was doing Damn It, Daniel, long before we kind of jumped ship.
That was true.
You know, like I was doing that as
shirts like way before that.
I was doing Damn It, Daniels back in the heyday. I mean, that's a long time ago.
Dude, all I remember, I was in the car with El Jefe, and we did the Damn It, Daniel. It felt like a porn. It felt like a porn we was fucking like we was about to fucking do something in that car. I was like, I'm in the Damn It, Daniel. Like it's the Bang Bus.
You're in the Damn It van.
Yeah, I'm in the Damn It van. Like it was like,
nice.
It was fucking comedy, man. But yeah, guys, man,
we're just cracking up.
That thumbs up. We got a special guest in the building, of course, guys. If you don't know, now you know, man. And shout out to the notification gang, etc., and all that good stuff that my guy says, because of course I'm freestyling this and I'm screwing this thing up, man. Of course he's gonna do it better than us at this point. But if you don't know him, you've been living under a rock, man. So we're gonna introduce him to the Giants community. And here he is, man. Our guy, your guy, Vada Fly. Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause! What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, you got to get us with the notification game, etc., etc. You know what I mean?
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're ready. What's up with it, man?
What's going on, man? Just want to thank you for your time, for being here, man. I know you're a huge Giants fan, so it's only fair to introduce you to the Giants community the right way and doing this, man. So wanted to get you on the show and talk to you just a little bit. And of course, let's ask you this quick question first, man, because of course it's my guy El Jefe over here in the upper left corner, and then at the bottom next to you, Mr. Glass Half Full here. And of course,
good to meet you, bro. Good to meet you, man.
Salute. I just want to say first and foremost, you know, I appreciate the opportunity because I see you guys on Twitter all the time, and I was saying earlier, I was going to tweet it, but I didn't. I was like that. It's good to have people to fight the war with because normally I do this on my own. It gets difficult because we don't win much. So people are just like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like,
I know. You're like, yeah, like, all right, fine.
You cool, but you don't win shit. So it kind of gets difficult at times, but we're here. You know what I'm saying? Let's say
we're here.
We rotated. We good.
Yeah, we good money now, baby. Let's go. Let's go. He's a pro here. He's good today.
I got Victor. I got Daniel. You know.
Yes.
Let's go.
So what's up with you guys, man? Like I said, I love what you guys do, man, and I have to say that I see a lot of people that do these type of things, different channels, because I watch a bunch of different channels, just to stay in tune, like what's going on in OTA, who's doing this, who's doing that, who's in and who's out. And I will say consistently, a lot of the things that I see from you guys are what implored me to see it. Like, I like what I'm seeing, you know what I mean? So when you asked me, I was like, shit, I'm asking you, please. You know, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you,
man. We're fans of your work. You know what I mean,
Thank
man? And I know you've been doing this for a very long time. And the people that really don't know who you are, just kind of want to give them a little introduction, a little bit. So just give us, give us a little snippet of what you're about, who you are. Let the people know. And again, it's a Giants community, man. We accept everyone in open arms. So tell people who you are, man.
Well, I'm Vada Fly, you know what I'm saying? I came heavily from the battle rap community, but I'm from New York, though. I'm from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? So I'm from the Bronx. I'm from New York. I was born there. I was raised there. I always liked the Giants. I always pretty much, I'm like one of those guys that's like for all New York teams, as long as they're not playing against my New York team. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, when the Knicks are in the playoffs, I'm kind of like, I hope they do get up. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those that I'm not going to hate on them. But as far as I've been doing like media and battle rap for like the last 7 or 8 years, and it's cultivated to where me and my partner, we have a television show on Fox, and we're still doing it. It's been running about a year now. So we bring different guests up there, and we just highlight the culture. And it kind of like spilled over because I was doing like everything that I was doing as far as like battle rap stuff was concerned, but every weekend people will be talking about sports, and I got my degree in sports management, so it would be something like you'll be doing a job, but every now and then you'll see what you got a degree in happening over here. I just throw shit out there, and then what happened was, for me, it really got started when Saquon Barkley returned last year. I had made a tweet when his coach said some shit like, what did he say? He said something like, I guess you are that N-word. And I retweeted it, and it went crazy. And I heard from the coach. The coach actually hit me up himself.
Oh, no doubt.
And, Eric Smith is his name. The running back coach. He left and went to Minnesota now, but he was there the year before. So he hit me up and was like, yo, so many people have shown me this tweet. I'm like, oh, my bad. I was like, I hope you ain't lose your job or nothing like that. He said, no, but Saquon has seen the tweet and everybody has seen it. And that's when I really started to catch on like that. And I was just like, in my spare time, I still talk about sports, and it's like, it catches on a lot. But I never really have people to talk about it with, so it's usually myself.
Well, anytime, man. Now you got a spot. Now you got a spot.
So when he told me, I was like, shit, if I could get in the car, I'd ride in the back.
Always.
Let's go.
I don't care about followers. I don't care about views. I don't care about none of that shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like when you and the thing, like I said, that you guys genuinely talk about this sport, and I see the respect there. And from me watching as a fan, I'm like, I like what they do. And then especially in a town where you have the Rangers, you know what I'm saying? The Rangers in the playoffs right now, and a lot of people don't understand. People ask me all the time, what the fuck do you watch hockey? And I'm like, I know, you don't understand. See, I'm from New York, and we lose so much that if we can win at anything, I'm all in.
On it. Baby. Get on that bandwagon.
When I seen half post the video the other day, I'm like, you survived. I'm like, I thought I was the only one going through this death zone.
No, listen, we're riding with you, and thank you for riding with us, man. Trust you, me, brother. You got a home here. You got the keys.
I'm around. Like I said, I'm there. Because I go to like the fucking preseason games and shit. I be out there losing.
We'll be there with you. Listen, man, we got home open on the plate. I'm just saying. I didn't tell the guys I got tickets.
I live like about an hour and a half outside of New York, so I pull up for whatever game. I pull up.
Let's go.
I went to dude. I'm gonna tell you the worst game I went to in my life real quick.
Talk to me.
I went to the playoff game versus the Eagles in Philly.
Oh no!
By myself.
No, by yourself? No.
Oh, I gotta turn the hat this way.
Take it on the chin.
I tell you, that was an experience. I mean, I knew like a couple people that was there, but I didn't know like how crazy it gets.
They get nuts over there.
It's bad over there. I'm telling you.
They grab you and like push. It don't get too crazy, but it got a little crazy. Like and when we were losing like 35-4, I tried to head to the parking lot early. Oh, man, no.
You heard it from everybody.
They're like, no, come watch this, right? Watch this.
Get the fuck back in.
Yeah.
I'm like, my God.
It's like that clip where they show you open your eyes and try to make you see the shit. Yeah,
it's like bad.
Dude, I've told them the story before. I went to one game in Philly decked out in Giants sports gear. I'll never do it again. But I was wearing an old school Rodney Hampton jersey, and the Eagles won. They shouldn't have even been that pissed off.
Right.
And I was getting that shit tugged, and it actually ripped.
Oh yeah,
they ripped the fucking jersey like right off me. Like, you guys are sick. I'm like, I'm not.
The score was 35-14, and they're pushing me around. Like, y'all won already.
I'm just trying to get home.
Like, leave me alone, man.
They
like,
want to overwin. Philly wants to overwin, but like I said, it's dope finding folks that actually have the same shared common team. Because I find a lot of people that love football, but they want to talk about everybody else. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about what Arizona's doing.
Yeah,
exactly. We're the same way, brother. We don't care. At least I don't care. The rest of them, Mr. Glass, Sappho, Hefe, they cover the whole thing. I'm like, if it ain't the Giants, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's me. Well, you know what? You hit something, man, because a lot of people don't know. You actually just hinted a little bit. Fox 5, you do have your own show on there pertaining to battle rap. Just telling people how you got into that, man. Where did that opportunity come from? And of course, at this point, plug your YouTube page too, man, because I believe it came from there. 37 million views. You can't blink an eye at that.
Is that it? Just the 37 million?
Listen, hey, I'm just.
I think you might have sold me short.
Forgive me. I might have. Forgive me.
You got 13 million from this morning when you last.
Forgive me.
I think I'm like 50, but it's all good.
Yes.
So what happened?
Sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Correct me. I'm sorry, brother.
Nah. So what happened was I was doing the battle rap thing on YouTube for some years, you know what I'm saying? And then one day I was on a live stream and one of the producers jumped in my comments. Obviously, he's not going to say Fox producer. It was just a regular person, and he said something that made some sense to me, so I responded to it verbally. I was like, "Oh, wooty wooty," because it's about Cassidy, because Cassidy had came back and battled, but he didn't die. So I'm like, if he didn't die, he kind of won. So we was like, we were talking about it, and then like a day or two later, because the YouTube, you can put like your email address to where people can contact you. So this guy sends me an email. He's like, "Yeah, my name is et cetera, et cetera. I'm a producer at Fox. We love what you do. We would like to have you come up for an interview." I was like, okay. So I thought it was you and me. So I went up for an interview, and when I did the interview, it went well. So when it went well, they asked me would I be interested in doing an actual show. So I had my partner. So that happened by accident. But
no, that's perfect.
It works. It works.
That was perfect.
So they asked me could I do a show. So me and my partner got together. And then we compiled a show, and what I wanted to do was highlight others. So what we did was get like a lot of the biggest battle rappers, whether it be Hitman, Hollow, all these guys from Wildin' Out, like I have relationships with. It's not hard to get them on TV. If I call you and say, "Hey, you want to come be on TV?" What are you gonna say? No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're the easiest guest.
I don't want the publicity. No,
I don't want to be on TV, right? So, so what we started doing was we started doing a show, and then we started doing it like once a month, twice a month, and it parlayed into a new year. So we've been doing it for a while, and it's been good, captivating the New York audience and being on television and being able to just basically what we got there is some talking shit, just shit talking. Basically got us on TV, right? So, what I've been able to do is just captivate an audience, and we be able to continue to do episode after episode after episode. And a lot of folks, sometimes people don't really know about what goes on in battle rap and things like that. And this became a huge subculture because what happened was I went from just watching it as a fan to cutting on the camera and talking about it. And now I'm like 50 million views in all these countries and states and television shows and followers and stuff later. So I think that for me, it was just like, I think the biggest things that we do aren't what we plan. Like, you plan, like I want to be a contractor and then you're fucking a librarian somewhere. Right. I never planned to do it, but when I did it, it did so well that I continued to do it. And I continued to do it. And I always
was there a moment? Was there a moment for that you realized that this was going to be something, or is it just was a gradual?
Yeah, that this wasn't just a couple week thing. That this
it took 5 years. It took a time after time. And what happened was I was telling one of my friends. I said I had a video that I did, and it only had like 263 views. This was years and years ago. I mean, 263. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
I had at that point, like what Half is saying, I had a choice that I could have continued to keep going. I was like, this is not really doing that good. I thought I was going to do good. And then from then, I just kept doing it over and over. And then 263 turned to 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 25,000. I got 500,000 view videos. So I think having faith in what I was doing when nobody else was doing it and consistently, because it's like this, okay, if I go somewhere and there's nothing else to eat but what this restaurant is serving, even if I don't like it, I'm going to eventually wind up eating. It's how I look at things. So I was like, if I keep talking about the news, even if you don't like me, you have to get the news, so you're gonna watch it anyway. And that's exactly what happened.
Sure.
It was like a repetitive process. It's like I don't watch Fox News, not Fox or CNN, but if something blows up in Midtown Manhattan, CNN is gonna be on. You know what I mean? So I think that it's about delivering a product to people that they want and that they like, and I've been doing it for such a long time. And it's so easy, like you guys know from doing the different videos and podcasts. I could be in my car, something happened, I just cut my camera and talk shit for 10 minutes. It's not like I need like a dedicated script or I have to like really do research. I just have to talk about what's going on. If this person beats this person, or if this person gets into a fight, I just cut my camera. Yo, this shit is crazy. I think being able to talk and cultivate an audience for such a long time. Then I have a really dynamic partner at Showtime SP, you know what I'm saying? I met him in the mall. So everything happens by fate. I was literally walking in the mall one day. This guy comes up to me and say, yo, you look like, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. But I felt his energy. I was like, I'll get your number. Maybe we can watch a battle one day. 5 years later, he's still my partner.
Wow.
So I think the things that we plan usually never go the way they want, and it just happens by faith. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I met Eli on a whim. I don't ever guarantee to meet people. Faith and consistency gets you further than anything else, because if someone wants to put you somewhere, it might not work for you. But if you continue to grind, and like I said, when I seen what you guys had going on, it reminded me, when I see where you're at, I'm like, I remember being in the beginning stages of something great, and the work and consistency built it. You know what I mean?
I love what you said about consistency. I think a lot of people maybe give up before because they want it to take off right away. But I think 99% of people, it doesn't happen that way.
It does not.
You got probably less than 1% where it takes off right away. No, you got to.
It will never happen.
It's years. Yeah.
It takes years.
It's funny he said that too, because he met Showtime SP at a mall. When it came to us, we literally met online. I think we actually met each other literally like a year ago. Like online. We got, like, for me, let me give you my story. You guys can hear theirs, but at least for me, I was just a guy tweeting. You know what I mean? I just had a following, I guess, for tweeting the Giants. And next minute, these guys was like, "Hey, we got this podcast. You want to do a show?" Which I was like, "All right, let's do it." And next minute, we went from doing that particular podcast to saying, "You know what? We could do this on our own. We can try this." And we actually started to do it, you know, and I met some great people along the way. Nate Burleson, Tiki Barber, Joy Taylor. Like, I interviewed these great people in this process, including yourself. It's just like, man, it's destined to happen. It's just, we just got to keep grinding. You know what I mean? So it's funny you said that, man. Like, we're in that stage, but we're going to continue to grind and hopefully bring some great stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm definitely down with it, because like I said, I see what you guys are doing, and it's really good. You know what I mean? Like, if I saw some bad shit, I'd be like, you know, like, there's a lot of bad guys doing this online. I see them every day. You know what I'm saying? They fly by and they keep doing your thing, man. I don't knock nobody's hustle. But what I will say is that I saw certain things from each one of you by following each one of you. And then when I put it all together, I'm like, oh shit, they all together? All right, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. Because there's, like I said, I follow when I make, like, because I've had tweets that go crazy, right?
Yep, you do.
And there's a lot of them, right? So, no Diddy. So,
no Diddy.
So I get a lot of people that follow after this happens, and when you interact with them, you can see the people that are doing good things. And when I saw Eli, I saw his following, I'm like, y'all have this kind of following for the Giants? I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, you know, he was a good guy, and then I seen what he wanted to do, and I was like, yo, I was all for it. I was like, yo, I can be the fifth guy. I don't care. You know what I mean? I just want to try to get some wins. We've been losing for a while. You know?
It's been tough, man. It's been tough.
I
got a question for you, Vada. So you moved to Fox 5. You're still doing your YouTube. Do you feel the freedom to do whatever you want? Does Fox 5 give you the ability to do what you want, kind of say what you want? Or how far does that go? Because we always wonder about the transition if we ever to make it, you know. And you know, I always wondered about, you know, how
you're going to make it first of all. Well, we're going to make it first of all. First of all, we're going to make it.
Go. Yes,
appreciate that.
That's first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing is, here's what happens, right? They'll have a strategic vision of what they want. You know what I'm saying, as far as what your content is. But for the most part, they just cut the camera on and I just start talking. You know what I mean? And if they like it, but the thing is, what it's kind of like your wife or your girl. What attracted me to you is what should keep me with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they were attracted to me because I did this and now I get this. We want you to do this. We wouldn't last long. So,
Right.
basically, I remember one day, and this I've never said this before. I remember one day, me and my partner was up there, and we're doing these intros like, "Hey guys, what's going on? It's fun." They're like, "Hell no, we ain't here for that. We want your intro the way you do it on YouTube."
Yep.
So we over there like, "You already know what's going on. We live at 501." Man, that's exactly what they want. They want you to be you. I'm thinking, oh God, you know, we're in here, we got a tone. They're like, no. Other than cursing, bring everything that you bring. So I think that that's been good. So what I will say as far as with the process now, with what you got going on, it's really good content. So it's like, it was really good content and people are watching it and they're fans of a team, then they'll move towards it. So like I said, with what I do, when I continue to do stuff like this, I'll talk about it on my channel, and then people are going to come subscribe because I'm going to tell them to. So, you know, it's a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, and like I said, I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen fast. I've seen it happen slow. But with Fox, like I said, with any television network, it's good as far as the exposure goes. You know, because you're in every different country and all these different places. But my thing was, I had to continue to still do what I do. I do more work with myself than I do on TV. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. I mean, I care about it and I love what happens with it. But I think that people look at it like once you get there, you have to work harder. It's like, I want you to, every time when my producers go on YouTube every other day, they see something from me. And they're like, man, you work. I'm like, man, I work for y'all, but I was working for me before I was working for y'all. Like, I think that people remove that once they get with bigger companies, they lose their grind or they lose their hustle. I'm like, hell no. Like, I'm using this as a vessel to take me wherever it may be, be that as it may. But as far as with like sports, like I said, I got my degree in sports management. It collected dust. I never used it. And, you know, so I just thought I was like, you know, I'm going to use this degree. I'm going to do things with it. I never used it. But what I will say is it gives you the mind to think of certain things as far as with different free agencies and then how different teams move and how salary cap. You learn a lot of that type of stuff. And it helps you when you're talking to somebody who hasn't done it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if I know just this much and you don't know anything, I know way more than you do. You know
exactly.
You know what I mean? So and I look to learn as far as like from like different things from you guys and experiences that y'all have too. I don't look at it like, I look at it like I'm the one that got lucky. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that were talented. A lot of people that could do the things that I do, but I'm the one that just got lucky. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, when you're the one that gets lucky, you always look at it for years like, why don't I ever get lucky? And then when luck strikes you, you're like, oh shit, this can really happen. So I just look to bring that. And then I mean, they really know me for joking a lot. Like I really make a lot of jokes about a lot of shit. So I mean, and it doesn't always work well, but it happens. So I mean, you know,
but you're you. You sound like you're just, and that's what they want. So
that's the product. That's the product. That's what they come back for. And then like the you know, that's the beauty of the grind is that when you make it, you don't stop. Like you're so used to doing that, and you know that that's what it takes. That's only the beginning. Once you hit that little bit of luck, that's just the beginning.
You got to try to go to the next. I told and the funny thing is me and my producers are so transparent that I tell them everything, even stuff like this. I'm like, look what I'm doing. They're like, oh shit, you doing something else. When do you sit down? You know what I mean? So like I said, it's one of my guys. Like he was a fan of the actual art and culture of me, of what I do. So whatever I got something going, I always let him know. Like, yo, this is what I got going on. Look at this. Yo, boom, boom, boom. You're like, damn, man, you ain't never going. I'm like, hell no. So I think that you know, I think, and like I said, I got another shit going on. We got a show tour. Me and my guys about to start going.
Let's
on.
go. Let's go.
I always got something.
That is a nice go.
Something. So, and like I said, I just appreciate the opportunity. And if you guys continue to put forth the content and things like that, I have no problem introducing it. I mean, I'll talk about it with my fans, but I know everybody might not be a Giants fan. There may be 20 in there, but those 20 come over here because I said so. You know what I mean? So
that's all we need, man. We need if you bring one fan over to us, we are thankful for you, man.
And we're gonna bring a lot more because, like I said, the good thing is anything that I'm associated with, they support. So if I go talk about it, hey guys, if you want to see me say blah blah blah, they're not gonna let me not talk about it because anything that I support, they support. So
That's
if I
awesome.
support this and it's something that I'm involved with, I can plug it when I go. They're not going to tell me I can't. So I think that's the one good thing that I can do is whatever I got going on, I can plug it myself. You know what I'm saying? So when this comes out, I'll talk about it. I'll share the link and people will watch it. So, you know,
appreciate that, man.
The best.
And
all good.
let me ask you this too, you know, because you got a lot of bloggers out there as far as in the battle rap culture. You got the angry fans, you got the Piper Boy Williams, you got the Chris Unbiased, you got those type of guys. Do you feel like Vada Fly is the voice of battle rap at this point? Because you look at them and you see the elevation of you know, the Fox 5 and etc. Do you feel like, hey, I might be the godfather of this, I might be the voice of this culture right now? Do you feel like you captivate the people like that?
Nah, because I think at the end of the day, I think it's like this, right? I do what I do for the contingent of people that watch me. There may be some people that might not like what I do. They might feel it's too braggadocious. They might not like the way that I talk. So I can't look at people who were here before me doing this. There's some guys, they were doing this years before me. I just happened to get in and potentially get the furthest because nobody's ever had their own television show before. But Michael Jordan wasn't the first person in the NBA. You know what I mean? So I think I look at it from a perspective of the guys that actually built the art form, the culture, and broke the ground barriers and things like that. They're the ones who always are going to be at the forefront. Now, you know, maybe after that, you know, I would probably be regarded as one of the best, but I would never say personally that I'm the best or I'm the voice. No, but as far as like being on television, I mean, that kind of says what it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like these guys actually bring us in to talk trash about battle rap, so that does help you as far as your positioning. But I don't ever look at myself as I'm the one single voice. Nah, hell no, because I talk too much shit. That voice would be quiet and quick. Like, he gotta go. So I think that I think I'm in a good position because my phone don't stop ringing. Because I mean, I was just in Miami. I was just in New Jersey. I got to go to Houston, I think, next month. So I'm always getting a call to go. I was in LA in March, so I'm always somewhere. So I think when my phone stops ringing, I'll get worried. But until then, nah, we good.
So when you travel, what are you traveling for? To people that aren't familiar with battle rap, are you going to? Is it a show? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Have different events where like some of the biggest battlers, they'll get together and they'll battle against each other. So if Eli Manning battled fucking Super High, it was on YouTube. You know what I mean? That's how big battle. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how big battle rap has got. So
and you comment live? Are you commenting live while this is going down?
On like after between the battles, they have commentary, and we'll be like, oh man, this battle just went down, and we'll talk about who won, who lost, things like that. And me and my partner will go do that, or they'll just have certain battles where it's to a point where I'll just go stand and watch them. Like you being there to watch them and your reaction and things, it means a lot. So they'll actually bring you there just to stand there and watch them. I've done that before too.
That sounds awesome.
Or I can, but I started holding the camera. I used to do interviews and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story right quick, right? So I started doing interviews. Like I would get with folks and it wasn't StreamYard. I forgot what it was back then. It wasn't StreamYard, but I forgot what it was. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, there was another shit. It wasn't StreamYard. I had an interview with an artist, right? And it was supposed to be at like 8 o'clock. They never showed up, never called me, never texted me anything. I'm sitting, I got the whole kind of like what y'all did with me, but I showed up. Right?
You're good.
This guy never shows up, right? So you two, half is looking at Rax like, what the fuck is going on? You said this guy was going to be here. He never came, right? So from that day on, what I told myself, I said, if I'm going to make it, it has to be on my own. I said, you know what? I said, I have to be able to cultivate people to get them to watch me without needing a guest. If I need a guest for you to watch me, then I'm not good enough. And that's when that was the light that when Mr. Glass Half Full, that's when the light was like, you know what? I can't rely on people. You got to get better. You got to talk better. You got to have better vocabulary. You got to get funnier. Because when I first started, I wasn't as good or it wasn't as quick on my feet as I am now. But I worked at it because I was like, if I want them to watch me, give them a reason to. Nobody wants to fucking watch you just because it's you. So you have to. I had to give them a reason to. Because if it's 50 people out there doing the same thing that I'm doing, what am I going to do that's going to make them not watch the other 50? Or watch me first, then watch.
As long
as they start with you.
Put it on autoplay. Right. So basically what I'm saying is that I had to stop relying on people with bigger names than me to help my name. I knew that wasn't going to work. And I had to either make myself a big name, however, whether it be from working or grinding and continuing to hustle, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? So, and you know, it there'd be bumps in the road. You know, you learn and you grow, but for the most part, just being able to represent for New York was really been my biggest thing. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, everywhere I go, like that's what they know. He's from New York. So that means more to me, because when I'm out and about, and like I said, my grandmother still lives in the Bronx. I do Fox in New York. I'll be on 60th Street every couple weeks. So when I run into people and I see people, it's just such a big thing. And then they know that, oh, he's a Giants fan too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like, oh God. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Good stuff out there, man.
Listen, of course, man, before we ask any more questions, I know, Hef, we got to get to some super chats coming up here.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you got something. You know what I mean?
Holy shit, a super chat.
Let's get going, brother.
That's right. We got to our girl Scooby. She's one of the best. She showed some love
Scooby,
early on.
appreciate you.
Revival #1, Hefe. Well, thank you. Amazing skits, Mr. Glass. He is the best Rangers hype fan ever. This guy's been killing it with the Rangers stuff. And Eli's done amazing with bringing in amazing interviews. We don't know how Eli does it, so don't ask us. But Vada, maybe Vada can tell you. I don't know how he does it.
Man upstairs. That's it. All credit to him.
We don't ask questions.
I was looking at his tweet from earlier. It has like thousands of impressions. I'm like, dude, I just came here to talk shit about football. People are hitting me up from everywhere. I'm like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm just talking some shit about sports. But we keep moving.
There
We
you go.
appreciate it.
There
Thank you,
go.
Scooby. One more from the weekly precious Vada Fly. Great to see you on the Revival. Shout out to you guys for having a great guest on the show. Thank you, Presh. We love you. You know that.
Hey,
love
go
you.
around. I'm not on it. I'm in it. You know what I mean?
You're in
not
it.
on
Go.
it. It's in
Let's
you.
go.
You know what I mean?
Let's go. Let's
Do I
go.
need to change my header?
Is it too
I'm
soon?
in it.
I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
on
This-
it.
Gotta
I'm
make
in
this
it.
out here. We gotta change this out. That'll be fire right there.
Shout out.
But you know what? You are a Giants fan, man, and we got to switch a little bit, man.
Let's talk business.
We got to talk some business, man. We got to talk shop about the Giants. Just quick question, man. Of course, you got the Giants coming into the season. I just want to get your idea, your thoughts of what you've seen with the Joe Shane and Brian Daboll tenure so far. Do you like what you're seeing so far? Do you see the vision of the Giants getting better? Just what's your thoughts on the Giants as you see right now with those two in the building at this point?
You know, I've been taking a look at things from a holistic level, because some people just look at things like when they look at the teams on the left and right. Okay, the Cowboys won 12 games. Why don't we win 12 games? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work like that per se. You know what I mean? So I looked at all things considered. You know, you have a Dayball who comes in. You have Shane who comes in. They're trying to rebuild. We had probably the worst worst wide receivers for probably the last 10 years. After Odell Beckham left, the next wide receiver we can talk about is Darius Slayton. Now, if Darius Slayton is your best receiver, you probably ain't going too far. Now, I like Darius
All
Slayton.
respects to Darius.
All respect.
It's not his fault. It's not his
Friend of the show.
What I'm
Friend of the
saying
show.
is, even if we have a legitimate quarterback, if that's your number one target, you probably in a 700-800 yard window. You know what I mean? Like, you need. So when I look at what, and I'm just speaking from the Malik neighbors, like I'm looking at that draft pick in particular. Daniel Jones coming in on year 6, we can say all we want, he's going to be there. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are we going to do? We can't complain. When I look at the additions that they've built as far as the offensive line, the defensive line, I like some of the moves. I love the Tracy pickup. I love that they brought in Robinson to compete with Slayton. Hey, if you want a new contract comparable to Gabe Davis and Mooney, you got to show me that you can compete on the same level. Because if you ask me, Gabe Davis or Darius Slayton, I'm going to go with Gabe Davis 8 days of the week, because I see what he does with the quarterback. Now, is Darius Slayton a good wide receiver? Of course. So when we go past that level, I like the line. I like some of the people that they brought in. I love the Brian Burns pickup. A lot of people hated that pick. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, you add him, Thibodeau, Lawrence. I mean, like who, that line right there, they can stop anybody.
And you still got Okereke getting nice on the defensive side. Yeah,
who can go from sideline to sideline faster than almost anybody. So I like the fact that they didn't try. He's not trying to rebuild the team with big free agent signings, like spending a whole bunch of reckless money that doesn't need to be spent. But what I will say is, I have faith in it. I mean, I'm still in the ship, so it's like I trust what's going on. Obviously, you know, there were all the reservations that people wanted to get a quarterback in the draft, but I was glad we didn't jump out the window and take JJ McCarthy. No knock on him. But I got Michigan family, like literally, Michigan stuff is everywhere in here too. But I didn't want them to jump out the window and take him with a number 1 pick. But to answer his question, obviously the first year was Cinderella. You know, we wound up going to playoff. I was like, man, I came back the second year. I thought we could double down. It didn't happen that way.
We did too. We did too.
I know you guys came into the season thinking that, man, it's gonna be part 2. But I will say this for Daniel Jones, he's never had like legitimate receivers, and he's never had a legitimate line. You know what I mean? Even with some of the folks that they brought in, like my man from the Raiders and different folks, they're trying to patch up the line to at least make the line respectable. I said Daniel Jones doesn't lead the best line in football. He needs a line that's going to prevent him from dropping back and being on the grass every play. You know what I mean? So what I will say is overall, going into this season, scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a 7 excited because I'm excited to see the weapons. I want to see can Wan'Dale Robinson be that solid number 2 receiver that gets 75 to 100 balls. He gets 20 to 30 now. We see things in splashes, but can I see him for a whole year? Can I see Isaiah Hodgins for a whole year as a number 2? Can I see, because the way I'm looking at it now, I'm looking at Neighbors number 1, Slayton number 2, Wan'Dale number 3, Hyatt and Hodgins will probably fill out the wide receivers.
Wow.
I like those targets.
Good room.
I like those. I like that room. That's the best room that they've had in a while. But at the same time, I didn't like the play calling from Cal. I hated the play calling. It was like handoff, bad pass. Handoff, bad pass. It was like, can we mix it up at all? So I would like to see some shots taken downfield. Like I would really like to see some shots taken. Why do we have a Ferrari if we're gonna drive a Ford Fusion every day? You know what I mean? Like let these guys, because you know I went to a preseason game versus the Carolina Panthers. Jalen Hyatt caught like the first touchdown in that game. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, the answers are here. To fucking Hyatt, 80 yards down the field. I'm like, we have the answer. That was the only time I seen that. I was like, yo, what the hell? Why did I see this in fucking preseason? I'm literally at the 50-yard line. I watched this shit fly through the New York night. I'm like,
and you're like, we are back.
I never saw that shit again. I should have known it was against Carolina Panther third strings. And Jalen Hyatt runs a 4-3.
Yeah, you never
wanna know
believe
something?
that.
No, you want to know something crazy? The first game we had Darius Slayton wear a shirt that we made, the No DJ Slander. So he's pre-gaming in this thing, and we're like, "Oh, we are up. We are high-fiving each other. We're going up, and we got beat 40-0." You want to talk about deflation? Yo, we was
y'all had to jump on camera after that. Y'all had to jump on camera after that.
No, yo, we was sick.
No, thankfully we waited another day.
We were sick to our stomachs, man. Yo, we were just hiding. We hid.
It was the highest of the highs and the lowest of lows.
We hid, man, 40-0. We was like, oh man, these shirts are crazy. So
that was,
of course, in typical fashion, we came back with a skit and did something great, man.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
We had a good time with it.
To the tune of Boys to Men, it's so hard to say goodbye. It's just the three of us just fucking being so furious.
I'm so glad that those kind of losses happened like before I came around here, because that was really bad.
Yeah, it's been bad. Yeah. It's been more bad than good as a Giants content group here, but we're gonna see the other side of it soon, man. We do have faith. And as you were saying, Daniel Jones, we said this is the best scenario that he's been his best situation he's walking into of his career, right? And it's not great, but it's still sad to say that this is the best he's got. So let's see what you got, Daniel. This is last one.
Like Bellinger or Waller as a tight end? I'm throwing that out there.
I'm gonna say Waller's. I don't know. I think he's gone. We think he's.
I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's really dive into this, because a lot of people's like Waller. But I like Bellinger. I like Bellinger when we had Waller,
Bellinger too.
To be honest with you, like I thought Waller was going to come in and be that guy and actually help Daniel Jones a little bit. I was just like, he could be that that Bennett, the Martellus Bennett. I thought he could be that type of shifty, quick, long, right? The safety net. No, but I like the way Bellinger developed, and they just kicked him to the side. I thought, ooh, a 2 tight end tandem, it's gonna work, and they just kicked him to the side. So I'm still rooting for Bellinger. I just think even the other guy that we have, what's his name?
Theo. They
Lose.
brought in
Johnson.
Theo.
That's
like
gonna be good too. Am I
He
gonna
wasn't
lie?
targeted a lot at Penn State, but he's a good receiver though.
Yeah,
He's a good tight end though.
He's a big boy. He looks like
He's a big boy.
Let me ask you this, Vada, because this has been huge in the Giants community. I'm sure you've seen it all over your timeline. Daniel Jones, been the topic of conversation. And I'm just going to ask you a simple question. Do you have faith in Daniel Jones still, or you was like, hey, man, we got to get a quarterback still, no matter how he plays this year. We need to still look at and upgrade at that quarterback position. Or you're like, hey, you know what? If he plays well and it looks consistent, let's keep him for another year and see. What's your thoughts on Daniel Jones at that point?
I'm kind of at the point where I'm kind of like outside the car looking in because Daniel Jones is going into his 6th year, and it's kind of like, oh my god, like I didn't want to do anything like refinance my house and get a bad mortgage with a quarterback that I didn't want. You know what I mean? So if we couldn't get Drake May, Jaden Daniel type ish. Once you got past that, I was like, skill position, please. Do not reach and take Bo Nix or freaking Michael Penix. I didn't want that. Like, so I'm not there yet. I trust Daniel Jones more than I trust Bo Nix. No knock on him. It is what it is. I'm just not there yet because we could have marginally made a huge bad decision. I'm not saying a bad decision because some of these guys may pan out, some of them not. But I didn't think J.J. McCarthy at the number 6 position was a good quarterback draft pick. So I would rather. The thing is, okay, so what I would do for me to get back in the car, obviously, because he's going to be on the team anyway, he's going to get this year. He's going to have probably the best line he's had, decent running back in Singletary, who is not Saquon, but he's not walking to work either. You know what I mean? So Singletary can give you 800-900 yards, you know what I mean, on a good, consistent basis. So you take away some flash at the running back, but then you add Malik Neighbors, who's I don't know anybody in the division that's going to step for step keep up with him. I mean, I've seen enough. I knew who he was before he got there. So, and he knew who he was before he got there. So I think Malik Neighbors takes the Giants up another notch because he has to be accounted for. Double teamed. Like one-on-one is going to be very hard, a tough cover. But as far as Daniel Jones is concerned, I've seen him make some good plays. Then I've seen him have some really bad ones. I was watching one the other day. It was like a 4th and like something to Saquon. He threw the ball like right into the dirt. I remembered it. It was like 4th and like 6, and he had him wide open and threw it into the dirt. And those are the type of plays that get me concerned because I'm like, if he's going to overthrow and underthrow open receivers, then we have a problem. But sometimes the overthrow and underthrow comes from not having any protection. If I got somebody 325 pounds rushing at me, I don't know how on point my pass would be.
He's throwing it in the dirt. I'm getting rid of this thing.
How do you think Eli survived? You know, he just duck.
Right,
he was making business decisions the last couple of years.
He was. He really was.
But I trust Daniel Jones enough to give him the go. I mean, I seen Tommy DeVito. I mean, I seen I don't want Drew Lock. You know what I mean? I don't want Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito starting. If we got Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito starting that quarterback, we going back to the top 3 in the draft.
Going for that number 1 pick.
we gonna be chasing Carolina.
Oh, this is a good question.
That's a good question. Let's go ahead, Halfman. Set it up, brother.
Yeah, I was going to ask him anyway. I've had a good time kind of teasing about these uniforms, but I wanted to see what you thought. We pulled up here. You probably saw the throwbacks.
Oh my! I'm a guy.
Give us your thoughts on that.
So I have a lot of jerseys, right? A lot of them, right? For a lot of different teams. This may be one of the worst that I've seen. I don't like, Giants jerseys is supposed to make you want to go buy one. You know what I mean? Like, you come out with something, I'm supposed to want to go buy that thing. You know what I mean? Like,
you're out. You're out of this.
I don't know. I would really have the only thing that I did like about it a little bit was it kind of played Rangers colors, so I like the cream with the red. I would have to see it because I'm the type of person that could get this ugly jersey and make something happen with it. Fact. Even though I could probably I don't like it, but I could probably make something happen.
I don't mind the top. It's the gold pants or the tan pants.
Those pants. Not bad, though.
We got some talented people that were doing Photoshop within like 30 seconds of these things being released. And they were showing like versions with navy blue pants and white pants and like pretty much any other color was better.
Yeah, everything else was better, but
those tans.
They don't look bad. Like when I pull them up, I just pull. They don't look. The jersey doesn't look horrible, but
Nah, I think you can do something with it.
I think Hefe said
like
this: if you win in these jerseys, you'll learn to love them. You'll learn to love them. You'll be like, oh shit, those are the jerseys we won in. Like, let's keep wearing them shits.
But they're not beautiful from the.
They are not beautiful.
Like, I'm not gonna like walk in the store. I would probably walk past all of those jerseys and get something else before getting that. You know what I mean? But I mean, it ain't ugly, but it ain't beautiful either. Though. It is what it is.
It's hard to buy any jersey right now. I still rock my Victor Cruz jersey too. That's my guy. That's been my favorite Giant for a long time.
And what else I got?
I like those pictures.
I still keep my Odell because when he retires, I'll wear this again. I'm waiting for once. I don't wear like players like when they're still in the NFL, but when he retires, I'll go ahead and he's in my.
He's got to retire a Giant, right?
He's got a
Giant, right?
He has to.
What other team would he retire as?
I think he should retire as a Giant, but if he does,
like those are his best years.
I keep him on ice just in case.
It is. Now listen, man. Vegas have the Giants winning 6 games this season. After you looked at the schedule, what is your prediction of how many games the Giants will win this season from Vada Fly? What's your thoughts?
I'm about to pull it up right now. I've looked at it before, but I'm about to pull it up right now, so I'm kind of like sure. I don't think 6 was kind of low. Did we win 6 last year?
Yes, we did. We did. That's the thing.
But last year was a train wreck. that was pretty bad. Like I think Vegas has 6.5, so they're between 6 and 7.
We won 6 games with Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor.
True.
We made it to the prom with a broken car. We should be able to get more than 6 by waking up.
6.
I respect that. I respect that because the roster, I think in general has gotten better, right? Wouldn't you think a little bit better?
Yeah, because you're bringing Tyler Newman, the safety. He's really good. Drew Phillips is really good. He may take one of the safety spots. You brought in Tracy. You brought in Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Theo Johnson. And then you bring in Drew Phillips as a cornerback in the 3rd round. You don't draft 3rd round guys to sit on the bench. Right. You draft him in the 1st round as a wide receiver. You draft the top 10. We expect you to be a number 1. You draft the first 3 rounds as a cornerback, you expected to start. So with the schedule, Minnesota game 1, they should beat Minnesota. There's certain teams that the Giants always beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Minnesota's 1, Washington is another, and Cleveland is another. I'm not going to say they're going to start out 3-0, but they could win 2 of these games. I mean, at Washington should not be the toughest game in the world. Jaden Daniels, I mean, obviously he's coming in as a new quarterback, but
you're talking about second career game. Like Daniel Jones should take care of this. Year 6, you got to go beat a guy in his second fucking career game.
If your defense is good,
we got bigger problems than we think. You know what I mean? If we can't beat the Washington Redskins, who we beat every fucking year, we beat the Redskins so much that I'm surprised when we lose to them. You know what I mean? Like that's the only guarantee.
The only team that we own right
now. So I got 1, 2. Let's see. Dallas, we've never beat Dallas. Fuck no.
You can't count Dallas or Philly. You can't predict.
Dallas and Philly, so that's automatic for Pittsburgh. We should be able to beat Pittsburgh with or without Russell. Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
that'll be a close game. That's going to be a close game, regardless. 6, I think there's going to be a lot of close games. The only ones we get blown out will be Dallas just whoops our ass for whatever reason.
I got 8 for the Giants. I got Minnesota being 1, Washington being 2. They should beat Cleveland. I got them beating Pittsburgh. I got them beating Washington again. I got them beating Carolina. I got them beating Indianapolis for sure. And I got them beating Atlanta. I got the Giants with 8 wins, 8, 9 wins specifically. 8, 9 games.
Is that a successful season to you, though? Let me ask. Is that a successful season looking at 8 wins when you go, okay, these guys
they get 9. Maybe if we can get 9 in a wild card, success.
Yeah, okay. I would agree. Okay. I would agree.
Okay. 9 in a wild card, I would deem successful. Now, out of the schedule, if you could beat a Dallas or a Philly during the regular season with those 8 wins or 9 wins, you got success in any of those games. If you could get one of them, you know what I mean? Like,
they got one against Philly last year, so it's not.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like you said you watched from the beginning. I watch it every week. Wins and lose. I watch the losses. I think we learn from the losses. You know, so you have to watch all of the losses in real time.
I meant to ask you about that. Let's switch back real quick because before we end this thing with the winning team, the Rangers here. I want to ask you about Battle Rapid. to you, is it like sports in that you remember those losses more than you remember the wins? Do the losses stick with you a little bit more? You think about them a lot more.
For sure. Because when you bring up any specific individual MC, I can remember who they lost to quick, and I can remember who they beat. Way easier. So like if we say Hitman Holla is one of the biggest battle rappers in the world. He's on Wild 'N Out. He does all of these big shows. He's got all these things. I could easily remember the people he lost to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like whether it be the few losses, the 1, 2, 3 losses, I could point them out quicker than I could point out 10 wins he has. So that's kind of like the way in football. Like I could remember certain losses because of where I was at when they happened. You know what I'm saying? Like when fucking Deshaun Jackson, don't punt it to him. I knew exactly where I was at because I'm watching the TV as it's happening.
I know where I was too. That's funny. I was
in the stadium.
That ruined my day. I was in the dark for like 8 hours straight. I'm not even gonna lie. I hated that. That game, man. That was like my worst loss, like watching on TV. So I was like, yo, we got it in the bag. And next minute, I was like, I just can't believe we lost.
We were up
like
31-10 with like
man.
8 something left, and we lost by 6 in regulation.
In regulation.
In regulation.
I was going to like a photo shoot with my kids there. I was like so angry. I was like, man, I don't want to look at this camera. The hell with this. Like this is happening right now. Fuck this dude. So, but yeah, I did remember that one though.
Now listen, let's ask about, of course, the hottest team in New York City right now, the Rangers. Speed. I know you had a few questions lined up for Vada here, and I know Hefe did as well. So, guys, let's get to it, man. Let's ask him about this hot team, this streak going on right now, man.
The streak.
I'm nervous.
Well, I want to ask you first, Vada. First, how did you get into the Rangers? When did you get into the Rangers? And tell us about how you got into to watch the Rangers and getting it really big into it.
I used to work at a bakery back in the days, like in my neighborhood, like there was a bakery, and I used to like clean the dishes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it was a good job. I mean, they paid well. It was in my local community and things like that. And it's like I said, I'm from the Bronx, so I mean, they were huge Rangers fans. I mean, they would have this thing on the TV every single day. And it was like 90, the early 90s, mid 90s, and I remember when the Rangers last won the Stanley Cup. And I remember different instances where they went to the Stanley Cup, the conference finals, 2014 and things like that. And the thing was, I remember the Mark Messier days, and that was when I first started watching it. And what intrigued me was the fact that I can't ice skate. I was like, how the fuck is that? Like,
me neither, bro.
The fact that I would die if I ever tried
I'm too big.
ice skate.
I'm too big for that shit.
Yo, it's hard as hell. It is hard as hell.
It's hard, man.
So, and moving fast forwarded into modern days, you know what I'm saying? And Jim Dolan owns the Knicks, owns the Rays, he owns fucking everything in New York, and owns Cablevision too. So you kind of got implored towards them because if you live in New York, the shit is coming on.
Yeah,
no one's gonna have that shit on TV. So to really speed it up was I was always like being from New York, and then from the Mark Messier days, from those great Rangers teams. Was some of the teams that were entrenched, and then watching the Knicks, and then hoping like being a New York fan, hoping the Yankees win, hoping the Rangers win. Rangers get to the conference finals and lose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dealing with these losses, but what I will say is that being from New York and knowing that I'm watching it and that I'm really a fan of it, like it comes on now and I actually watch it. Like I'll watch the whole thing. Nobody understands what's going on. Like, what the hell is going on? But for me, I've always been a fan of it. And like I said, I watch it even down to last night. You know what I mean? And I like the team that's there now. I like Trocheck. I like everybody that's on the team because I watch it. So, I mean, and I think that I didn't think that they would get. I was just telling somebody last night, I didn't think they would get as far as they got this year because I didn't think when I see some of the other teams, I was like, I don't know if they're going to do it. But they're on the cusp of it right now. So we're right here. So I'm a huge fan of the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? I like, and the one thing I do like is every year their goaltending is like damn near the best. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to score on. And I think that helps out a lot. Because even when they're playing against a tough team like the Panthers, who in game 3, they controlled the game the whole fucking game. I was like, I don't even know how they won. I turned it off. I was like, I can't even watch this because the Rangers can't keep the puck for more than 3 seconds. Every time they got it, they took it away from them.
Terrible.
So I turned it off. And when I turned it back on, I seen they won. I said, I don't know how the fuck this happened. But
exactly.
I tried to replicate that last night. And woke up to a loss.
It was close. It was close, man.
Heartbreaking, man.
But yeah, I've always liked the Rangers. I've always liked the Yankees, and that's a team that I always like. I like I like them. You know what I'm saying I got
Yankees
multiple
are hot
jerseys.
too, man.
You brought up the goaltending, and like to put it in football terms, like we're approaching like Green Bay Packer quarterback, like where they go from Brett Favre to Rodgers, and we'll see where Jordan Love becomes. But like when you go from Richter to Lundqvist to now Igor, it's like you've always had that dude, and they've actually had other ones that they've traded off. Like they've just always had such a way of keeping a great goaltender in there, which is so huge in hockey. I love that Eli got into it this year. Eli, even says
you gotta watch. You can't.
Yeah. And listen, I say Shesterkin, Panarin. Like I know all these guys' names now. Yeah, these guys introduced me last year to the Rangers because I was like, man, if it ain't the Knicks,
we were telling you playoff hockey.
I don't care. He was like, nah, trust me, getting the hockey. It's the best thing in the world. We went to a bar and it was a bunch of Rangers fans, and I remember the bar just being electric, and I was like, yo, I'm sold. Whatever this energy is, I'm sold on it. So I'm in it. I'm in it to win.
They get to the Stanley Cup or win anything. I bet you I'll be in New York. You don't have to worry about
it.
Let's go.
I'm going to be in New York. I'm just waiting for it. I'm like, please make it there. If you make it there, I'm there.
Just make it there. So let's get to that. All right, before we let you go, do the Rangers make it there? Do they make it to the Stanley Cup? Yes. Absolutely. All right. You still have faith, and they're gonna win it. If we're there, we're gonna win this whole goddamn thing. We just gotta get.
I hope they get Edmonton. If they get Edmonton, they'll win easily. If they get Dallas, it'll be tougher. But I think
Let me say this, guys, before we go. I just want to ask Vada Fly a couple things. This is my. I got to get this off my chest here because he's the battle rap guy. I'm a battle rap fan, huge. Been watching this since Smack DVD era, grind time. But that's another story. All right. So I'm gonna ask you this, Vada Fly. What is your top performers of all times? Give me top 3 performers of all times in battle rap.
3 actual battles?
Yeah, actual battler. The battler. Your top 3 performers of all time. You got to put the hitmans up there, right?
3.
Yeah, just give me the performance only, not the lyricist, just the performance.
Oh no. Oh, the performances, the actual performances.
Yeah, the actual like who's the best performer as far as battle rap or as far as battler? Excuse me. Who's the best battler that has the best performance?
The best performances would easily be. I like Hitman Holla still. He's really good. New Jersey Twerk is one of the best performers.
I agree. Yeah.
And give me Geechee Gotti still. I like Geechee Gotti's performance because he can perform with the Sue Surf is great, but he's in jail right now. So if Sue Surf was not in jail, I would have said Sue Surf. But I go with Geechee Gotti, Hitman Holla, and New Jersey Twerk. When that's a good.
I think I ought to put K-Shine in there. This is me. I
haven't seen him in a while. That's another
true.
That's a good one though. That's a really good one.
I know. I got you. Give me your top 3 battlers as far as lyricists is concerned.
Oh man, number 1 would be Loaded Lux. Automatic lyricism.
Yeah, you're right. Top.
Who else? Lyricism, high lyricism, high lyricism. I like Loaded Lux. I like JC as a lyricist, and I like Daylight.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You got me with the lyricist. I was like, lyricist.
Yeah, I know. It was a tough one for me too, but I was like, I got 3, and you named them actually. So that's what's up, man. I'll go with that. Give me your top 3 complete battlers that has the stage presence, performance, and the lyricist behind it, or the lyricism.
Tay Rock.
I agree.
Hollow to Dawn, full package. Tay Rock, Hollow to Dawn, and I'll go a little off course with let's go with I said Tay Rock, got Hollow to Dawn. I'll go with Averb. Averb got a lot of that too. I like what Averb.
I like Averb. I like Averb. What would you put Clips? Charlie Clips.
Charlie Clips is rated really high. He's had one thing he's been consistent at recently is being inconsistent. So it's kind of like when you consistently
get it together, Clips.
You know what I mean? I had to like. It was crazy. I had to like make him rap. I was like, yo, dude, if I'm going to Miami, you better be good. I went to Miami. He was really good. So I mean, like, I don't want to implore you to do your own job. You know what I mean? So, but he's good though. He's good on his A game. He's good though.
So who's your hottest rapper? Your hottest battle rapper right now in 2024? Who's rising up the fastest?
Tay Rock. Okay. Tay Rock's been consistently. Yeah, he's been doing really good 2024. Yeah, he battled like every week too, so he's doing good.
You know what, man? And you know what? I understand they put, Mook, and they put Lux as far as like, as the top tier type of guys, the Mount Rushmores. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you got to squeeze Tay Rock in one of those and kind of get rid of someone. I think Tay Rock is the most consistent battler I've ever seen.
Yeah,
of all times. But shout out to Tay Rock, man. Hopefully we get him on the show. I'm a big fan of classic goods. Yeah, good. Shout out goods. Swag.
Yeah, I like goods too. He's from the Bronx too. I should have said him. I'm bugging.
Yeah, you bugging, man. You're supposed to say definitely supposed to say goods, man. Shout out to
Bronx,
that.
right? He's gonna kill me.
That's true. But Vada, please, man, tell the people where they can find you, promote your platform, and also, of course, what you got coming up.
Well, first and foremost, you can find me here. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, it's down.
Because I will be here on New York Revival. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Because we got
Let's go.
a long season. You know what I'm saying? So I will be here. That's number one. On YouTube, if you just put Vada Fly, VADA Fly, I'm on YouTube, and Fox5ny.com. Fox5ny has their own YouTube channel. If you put Vada Fly Fox 5, it's gonna pop up on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got my own YouTube channel too. And here, you know what I'm saying? This is where you can find me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's go.
Let's
go. You got the keys, man. You here? I'm here, Vada. You here, man. So I do appreciate you guys, man. Of course, man. We got to wrap up the show, man. Vada, stay in here. Don't worry, man. We're going to wrap it up with you because you are the 4th member of New York Revival.
I'm here. You know what I mean? Where am I going? I'm here. I'm
where you going. So, guys, just want to thank everyone, man. Shout out to the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. You guys know what it is. The Revivalists. We do appreciate all the support. Thank you for everybody who donated, super chats, etc. Scoop, the Weekly Precious, Jay. I see the Revivalists of the month in here, man. I see my guy in here as well, man. Shout out to him. Bill Hartnett, man, of course, is in here. Shout out to you guys, man. And of course, man, on behalf of my brother, man, you guys know who they are. Let me just say that. And that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Oh, he's bringing this back. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Shout out,
and of course, my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn It Daniel, and of course, our new member here, Vada Fly. Shout out to the notification gang, etc., etc.
Hey, if you like the Giants, if you like New York, if you like what these guys are doing, man, hey, why not, man? We're gonna do some more, man. It's gonna be great, man. We gotta. I'm just glad to have someone to talk about what goes on in New York with. Like I said, I have to normally talk about this shit with strangers who know.
Man, we got you.
Oh, you're not a stranger here anymore, man. Let's go.
Shout out to the notification gang, etc., etc. Don't let that get too far ahead of you, man. My God,
we'll be back.
And of course, we'll be back, man. We do appreciate Vada, man, for stopping by. And of course, it's your boy Eli Rax, aka Vibes. We see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
New York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Eli Rax, El Jefe, Mr. Glass Half Full, the Revival.